much time do you think you spend behind a screen? A few hours a day? 5 hours a day? What if I told you, according to an article written by University Online, 50% of young people admitted to being addicted to their phones. In their article, Cell Phone Addiction, the Statistics of Gadget Dependency, written on July 27th, 2017, they talk about the statistics surrounding technology use. I know that I myself use my phone a lot. Like, I probably check my phone a few times an hour at least, for any text, updates, anything like that. And as I've done some of this research, I've realized that that how I feel about technology has made me realize how much time I actually spend behind a screen. And when I say behind a screen, I don't just mean your phone. I mean, how much time do you spend behind a screen of your phone, your computer, TV, video games, and so on? Because I can tell you, I definitely have a couple of these bad habits and that I found with my research on this. So what I want to talk to you about today is all the negative effects that come with being addicted to technology, and that we should make some effort to change that for ourselves and for our children. That article that I mentioned before from King University talks about a few habits I think a few of us can say we have. Now, whether you think these are bad habits or not are up to you. A few things they mention is being anxious when you don't have your phone with you, always needing your phone by you while you sleep, getting on your phone anytime you're bored. Their article also states that 68% of people sleep with their phone near them. Now, I'm not sure that last one is much of a big deal. My alarm is on my phone, so that's mostly why I sleep with it, but that's not the only reason. The point is that people are so reliable on their phones and other technology to get through each day, and sometimes that can have negative effects. So many people are on social media now. There used to not be any social media. You used to have to keep in touch with people through direct contact or letters. You had to take time to reach out. Now you can see what everyone is up to online. You can like their posts. You can comment on their pictures. In a journal written in July of 2015 by Mark Runco called The Real Creativity Crisis, he talks about the issue social media can have in children, especially with the younger generation. He says social media can affect people's creativity. Not only this, but I think it affects people's lives in various ways. After further research, I found an article written by Lori Ann in 2015 called When Your Smartphone is Too Smart for Your Own Good, How Social Media Alters Human Relationships. It says that over 70% of people use some kind of social media rather than interacting with people personally. We reach out through social media, through a computer. The article says that social media can weigh down our face-to-face relationships. How many times have you been trying to have a conversation with someone who can't put their phone down? They're more interested in a social media connection than a personal face-to-face one. This is important to consider when thinking of the developing minds of children. Communication skills are so important, and when our kids are more in tune with what's happening on social media or what's happening online rather than forming those real face-to-face relationships, that can be a major problem. These kids are going to need those communication skills, and they will surely be lacking them when they start college or start to apply for jobs or try to form real relationships. Not only does it affect their communication skills and their creativity, but it affects mental health and expectations as well. On social media, you see everyone's highlight reel. You don't see the tough situations you go through. You see the cool, exciting, happy stuff going on in their lives, and it's hard to not compare your life to what you see in theirs. You might find yourself sitting back thinking, what am I doing wrong? Or why can't I do that or have that? It's so easy to do. So not only can social media affect you physically, but mentally as well. Another form of relationships technology is affecting in a big way is our romantic ones. The dating scene now, compared to decades, is completely different. New York Times author Natalie Prolox put out an article called How do you think technology affects dating? I'm going to quote something she said that I think really put in perspective some of this for me. She said, dating apps may have killed the college dating scene because it's so easy to swipe left or right on a seemingly endless pile of potential partners. It's actually become harder to meet anyone. And I think this is spot on. There's so many times that you think that you meet someone, you think it's going really well, and all of a sudden a problem occurs or a disagreement occurs, and then they're gone. There's so many options now. The option of having so many other options when before that wasn't something that we had. You had to work through your problems. In conclusion, we know technology has done some amazing things for us. Life is easier with it. Technology helps us every day. However, I think given all the negative aspects about it, it's important to be aware of how much not only we use technology, but rely on it, to make an effort to communicate face-to-face with people, and to teach our children to go out and communicate face-to-face. Give them something more to do than sit behind a screen. Sure, we can see what everyone is doing online, but we are only isolating ourselves from the real world. So I challenge you to look into how often you sit behind a screen and make the changes to connect yourself to the outside world, the world that is outside technology and social media.